What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises early in the morning. Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. Way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises early in the morning.
Alright, ladies, gentlemen, welcome to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where today we will be looking at the new beta 1.1.0 to be precise. And by now we're also on update number 4, I believe. And what is happening in this update? Well, a lot. Oh my god, there is just so much to do these days. It's insane. It's like the game is slowly getting together. Slowly being the key word. But hey, we're getting there, people. We're getting there. Let's see. Some fixes, yada 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 yada. Added new parts, new funnels, new towers. I like that. Fixed minefield damage being too much on some occasions. Well, let's be honest here. That is a big change. Let us hope it is fixed properly, because mines, oh my god, they're the bane of the older campaign, to be sure. Then we have several new gun meshes, I suppose, and skins for the USA and for China. Okay, then we have a lot, and I do mean a lot, of new hulls for USA, Russia, Spain, France, Austria, a lot of ships, Germany. But first and foremost, these are pretty much all early game ships. So we got more early game differences between the nations. And as a player who really enjoys the early game and the early game ships to some extent, I am very happy with this. Now let's see. Canals are upgraded. Yeah, makes sense. And when you're at war with Turkey, you should not be able to cross the Dardanelles. If you're at war with Germany, you should not be able to use the Kiel Canal and things like that. I'm quite a fan. One of the things I'm not a fan of is oil. That's right. Later game ships require oil to sail, and not every nation has an equal amount of oil in their reserves. Nations like the USA and China sit on giant oil reserves. Germany, of course, has none. So when you're playing as Germany, it will be harder in the late game to get your entire fleet out into the ocean, because, you know, it's more expensive to maintain your ships, and fuel takes longer to replenish. So yeah, not quite sure if I enjoy that one. Shipbuilding capacity. You know, back in the days, I could say, do 10 turns, nothing at the start of my campaign, just hoarding money, and then I would buy 50 battleships and start off. It's not gonna happen anymore. You have limited building capacity. And I quite like that. I think this is an awesome change. Alliance and ship trading with minor nations. Minor nations can join an alliance with you. As far as I know, this is a complete random event. I did one minor playtest earlier, and it took me like, 20 turns, and then Greece allied with me. I was the USA. Kind of funny. It would be better if you could manually improve the relations with a minor nation but it's a step in the right direction for sure. I am not quite sure yet how to sell ships to an allied nation. I guess we'll find out eventually. Rebellions. That's right. Your colonies can rebel. These rebellions lead to land battles and conquests of nations. Hooray! That's right, people. We have land battles now, and each nation has ground armies. Some of them are big, some of them are small. It depends on your naval power. Makes sense in a naval game. More naval power equals more land armies. Less naval power, a weaker ground-based army. Let's suppose you cannot haul all the resources anymore to the army, and the army suffers attrition, soldiers desert, things like that. I could make a joke about Russia right now, but I'm not going to. Naval invasions. I know I'm going from down to up. Don't ask me why I did that. Naval invasions actually work now, they say. And a naval invasion triggers land battles. Each turn you have some ships to transfer troops. I like this. However, I would like it more if you could have a manual controlled fleet of transport ships. So you could actually have an invasion fleet. You have to move the invasion fleet to the enemy coastline, taking risks of being intercepted. You need enough destroyers, escorts to protect against submarine attacks, and so forth and so forth. I think that would be better, but hey, we're getting there. Haven't tried it out yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Of course, if you drop your army on the shores, it starts a land battle. And essentially, a land battle is not much more than seeing flags of different nations with some arrows, and when you hover your mouse over the flag, you see a number come up, a number of troops, number of deaths, and so forth. Yeah. Not much else to say. We have new diplomacy options. That's right. We can now improve relations, increase tension, cancel alliances, have peace treaties, and that's pretty nice. Improve relations and increase tension appear for a nation that is not at war with you. True. However, what they do not say is that you can only influence one nation at a time. So if I improve relations with Spain, as the USA, then I cannot improve the relations with the United Kingdom that turn. It also only goes for one turn only. And the improved relations can have a success, meaning your relation gets boosted by 5, 10, maybe even 12, 13 points. Or it can fail. And if it fails, your relation gets harmed a tiny bit. 2, 3 points of negative influence, I suppose. Increased tension, the same, but opposite. Cancelling the alliance. Yeah, an alliance is nice in wartime. After that, I'm done with my allies. So, yeah, a good button. Ask for peace treaties. Naval invasion. Alright. Yeah. The naval invasion appears when you have a fleet of more than 100,000 tons in a sea region of an enemy major nation. Okay, well, curious to see what that will do. Sadly, the United States of America will no longer be a monarchy. God, that was so funny. We have different kinds of governments now. Each government has a different way of affecting the GDP of the country. I just do not know how it will affect them. And I would like to know. And also, I would like to know if I can actually support, you know, some part of the government. If there are elections, I would love to be able to support the left wing, for example, or the right wing, or the center of a nation. And let's find out. I never had elections yet. I never bothered to hit the end turn so many times that we got elections, but we'll see. The map has been enriched. New provinces, and that is great. Austro-Hungary will remain after 1920s. That's also great. Despite it not being historical, I've seen people on Steam saying, you know, change it to Yugoslavia after 1920 or something, but hey, this works fine for me. Task Force limits. Yep, it has happened. What can I say? Some people really wanted this change. Personally, I don't. While I'm not a fan of the AI ships forming doom stacks, I do have a certain, and I get a certain enjoyment out of having battles that are like, you know, 200 ships, 300 ships in total. It really feels like you're doing Jutlands or something. And yeah, I like that. Right now, with this system, I doubt I'll ever have the chance again for such large battles, and I feel it's a shame. Don't get me wrong, I understand why they do it, and especially for the people with a wooden computer, I think this is a good decision. Personally, you know, even if the game was a bit laggy now and then with those large engagements for me, I did enjoy it. And yeah, not a fan. Understandable, but hey. Improved fire control. Ships can fire in all directions now. Hooray! Oh my god, we totally needed that one. I hated the task force limits, but I love improved fire control. This is a very, very good change. Well done, devs. I'm looking forward to see how it works in action. We have a shared design feature. Yeah, a shared design. If I build a ship in the shared design, then those designs are available in campaigns or shareable ships in custom battles. Yeah. What can I say? I suppose it's a way to get the AI to build ships that you designed. So in theory, you could start a campaign with only ships that are, you know, replicas of the ships of that day and age. Let's face it, really cool. I doubt I will ever touch it. I doubt I will ever share any of my designs one way or another. Still a very cool feature. And then come the hotfixes. Hotfix 1 wasn't an issue. Hotfix 2, bugs. Hotfix 3, well, it did something. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. It replaced the Nazi flag with the Weimar flag. I understand why they do it. Let's be honest, I'm not a fan of the Nazi flag. I am a fan of historical games. And if you have an historical game in the 1930s, yeah. I don't know. If you have the communist flag, then you have the Nazi flag. Come on. Either get all of them in, or none of them in. I don't mind playing this game on a fantasy world with, you know, rabbit flags or something, but either do one thing or the other. Don't do this. Besides that, the change, Some aspects of the world have been changed. Tibet and Xinjiang have historical ownership now. Oh, poor Tibet. Poor Tibet. Oh well. Repair targets resets issues. Left side guns can fire efficiently. Hooray! And then we come to update 4. Update 4, Hotfix4, has some remaining issues. Targeting of ships can be inefficient. Some of the new hulls cannot be hit by torpedoes due to a bug. Yay! I want to know which hulls those are. I'm gonna only build those. Emerging minor nations may emerge and dissolve in the same turn. Huh, okay, fun. That has to do with the dissolved major nations can now properly re-emerge if they have at least one controlled province. This is fascinating. In my Japanese campaign, I am at a stage currently where 2 of the major nations have been knocked out of the game. Partially thanks to me, partially thanks to other nations. And it would be fun if they came back. It would be really frustrating as well, because it means you have, like, no win condition. I mean, how do you win if you cannot knock a nation out completely? But hey, it also means more fun in the long run, I hope. Your manual aiming can now be reset with hitting control space. It's also written in the targeting tooltip. Oh, that's very nice. Resetting my manual aiming. I suppose manual aiming gives some issues with the auto-targeting on both sides of the ships, but well, I guess it can be useful eventually. Fix manual aiming, balanced oil resources of Russia, according to historical facts. Oh my god. Historical facts according to Russia, or historical facts according to the rest of the world? Show slow down army conscription during wartime. Oh, that's good. That was way too high. Fix bugs, and yeah, that's about it really. So these are the changes. Now, let us quickly look at the new campaign screens. You see here France. And France, the rich possessions in Africa and Asia. But look at that. Slowly but surely, the text is changing. The later we get, you know, watch out for those Germans. They are the biggest threat. Also, devs, 9020, one space too many here. Yes, I saw it. Everyone saw it now. Ding, ding. And 1940s, yep, the German Reich is here. And yeah, this goes for all nations, really. And yeah, this annoys me. We have the flag of the German Emperor in 1900, 1910. Then we have in 1920 the Republic of Weimar. Sure, acceptable. And I'm sorry. If you make a text saying that Adolf Hitler rules the German Reich as leader of the Nazi Party, I'm sorry, then you need the proper flag to go with this. Or get rid of the flag whatsoever and replace them all, for all nations, with the maritime war flag of that day and age or something, I don't know. Not this. Anyway, German. France, you know what, let's pick France, let's see, not much else has changed here. AI component, historical or random. You know what, no, let's take the United States. They have a, they start off with a new hull that I can show off. Yay. AIs are random. I'm gonna create my own ships quickly. And there we have AI shared designs. The AI will use my designs. They will always prioritize my designs or off. I really like this. I really like this for a campaign button. Now, yoink, yoink, start campaign. And let's see what we can see. Alright, and the game has loaded in, and look at the world map, and look at the flags of the USA. That's right. When you zoom out completely, the game thinks I am either China, I think, or America. Back to China. Luckily, if I zoom in, you realize it's just a red and white stripes being retarded. Yeah, we got oil, people. We got oil. And if you hover over the name, you can see the United States produces 62,326 barrels. But wait, we're producing more in the central USA. And nothing in western USA. There is no oil there. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Anyway, back to what I was gonna say. People, look at the size of the map. Not much has changed. Not much has changed. Oh, yes, it has. Look, 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 look. We can go up here. We can hide our nuclear submarines north of America. No, wait. We don't have nuclear submarines in this game. Nor do we have nuclear missiles or aircraft carriers. Why on earth would you go here with a ship? Tell me, please. It's useless for this game. I mean, you know what? Let's take a look at the other side. Maybe there are hidden harbors like Murmansk or things like that. No, they're not. In fact, the Arctic Ocean is pretty much a desolate place. Why on earth did you add this? It makes no sense. And frankly, if you cut the map around here, where the buttons are now, you can sail all the way up to Nova Zembla, and you add Murmansk, and then I would say, yeah, that's a good map. That is useful. This isn't useful. What is useful is Europe. Europe is useful. Always has been. So, Russia, Germany, Sweden, Denmark. Yep, minor nations that will eventually pick a side. And oh, wait, let's zoom in. Germany is producing 43,000 barrels of oil. The French only produce 26,000. However, no, I do not think the French have any more oil. Not on this side of the map anyway. Maybe on the islands here? No. So in terms of oil, the French really drew a short straw. Not as bad as the Spanish, though. I don't think the Spanish produce any oil at all. Is there any on Cuba? No. They don't have Venezuela. There is no oil in Venezuela. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. Luckily, there is plenty of oil in the middle. Never mind. Game, come on. If you're going with the oil route, then please add some oil in the Middle East. China, on the other hand, 17,000 and almost 100,000 barrels. Yeah, China and another 20,000 here. China is a giant in terms of oil. And it will be very interesting indeed for the Japanese to attack them now. Also notice that the Japanese have the proper rising sun as their flags now. Hooray! Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, that's it really. At least for now. Let's check the politics screen. Look at that. The British Empire is a constitutional monarchy. Same with Germany. Russian, however, is a absolute monarchy. And if you hover over the government, you can see what it does to the buffs and debuffs. So, the British, 50% naval budget, but unrest, 42%. And their center party seems to be the right-wing center, and the center probably are forming a government. The Germans, oh look at that, they have 1% left-wing party. Nice, so it can be pretty low. A strong province income, military power, very strong indeed, but GDP growth is slightly lower. Well, I guess these buffs are not entirely due to the government then, because you're both a constitutional monarchy, but with different, well, maybe with a bit different background, of course. Oh, look at the Russian Empire, the unrest, it's insane. Ho ho ho. If you play as Russia, you have some issues in early game. The Empire of Japan, strong military power, weak GDP growth, strong naval budget, and the nationalists are strongly entrenched. The French, center-right as well. Okay. The absolute monarchy of the Chinese gives them 100% naval budget. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Naval funds, 30 million. Japan, 32. Okay. Well, Japan's GDP, of course, is a bit bigger, but I'm surprised there. I am surprised. Yeah, Austro-Hungarian, not very interesting. Not very interesting either. 50%. And the USA is a democracy. 30% GDP growth. Yes, please. The center right wing, 90% of them are in charge. Republicans are in power, I believe. Not all the tooltips are there yet, but a lot of them are. And no, I'm not gonna talk about them, I'm just gonna hover over them. And then we go here. Right now, Spain is the major threat to me. Well, minor threat, I suppose. So I'm going to improve relations with the Spanish. There we go. As you can see, I cannot do it with any other nations right now. The moment I get an event that minor nations wish to join me in an alliance, I cannot influence that as far as I know. They will show up here with the flag of their nation. Not much has changed here in the beta, all looks normal. The research tab, well, naval communications, 5,000 maximum crew command in a task force. That's how they do it. Crew in a task force. So, 5,000 crew members. Okay, hold on. If I build a task force, and my task force will have early game battleships, or the coastal defense ship as it is called, By the way, this ship looks awesome. Let's... hold on. Settings. Sounds. I'm going to lower the volume a bit, just in case. There we go. If it sounds loud on my headset, then it must be loud for you guys as well. We have basic towers. We have standard towers here. We have some very funky looking dual small funnels. I mean, there. You fit. Look at that. I mean, yes please. Let's go with... you know what? Just out of curiosity. Nope. This ship cannot do that. Everyone who has seen my Japanese campaign knows what I tried to do there. Okay. You know what? Doesn't really matter. Make it 17. That's fine. No barbettes. Main guns. If I would add a centerline gun, you can see there is only one position for a centerline gun. And it's taken by my basic tower. Pardon me. Luckily, we also have side-mounted positions. One in the front of the ship and one in the rear. And a 10-inch gun would actually fit here. Like so. Secondary guns. Say what you want, but I find this a very interesting ship design. I mean, yes, this is not a efficient ship. Although this, wow, this turret, oh wow, they actually can broadside properly. The turret, I thought this was closed off at first, but it's not. It's just a walkway. So you can broadside with them. That is pretty nice. The 5-incher does fit there, okay. Some parts are badly placed. What do you mean? Oh, the 5-incher there is blocking her. That's interesting. You don't want that. You want the gun. Oh, hold on. Hold on. There is... yeah, you have a starboard weight offset now. This funnel position here. There is a gun position here and a gun position here. That's the idea. Right. Hold on. If I remove you and what kind of funnel is this? You really have some funky funnels now. Back to the secondary guns. Let's add a... I can add a 4-inch there, but not here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. No. This seems to be a bit of an... of a bug, perhaps? Maybe with the 5-incher? Well, the 5-incher wants to be placed, but... is slightly bugged. The 4-incher wants to get placed there, but not there. Seriously? You want a gun here as well? Like so. That is what you want. I mean... huh. Anyway, let's put some funnels back there. Curious. A centerline 9-inch gun, would that fit in this hole? No, it will not. A secondary 5-incher, of course, will fit. I mean, you would make something like this in the end, I suppose. Anyway, cramped crew quarters mean I have 270 crew members on this ship. We said earlier we had 5,000 crew member limit for a fleet. That would give me like 18 of these battleships. That's still a pretty nice fleet. A pretty large fleet as well. But if I go up to 300 crew, what was it exactly? 385. You know, I can only add 12 battleships with a full crew complement. Why on earth would I want to do that? I mean, sure, spacious crews give, well, my ship can stay fighting longer, and they won't surrender as easily due to crew losses, don't get as many debuffs during the fight, but I rather have more guns. More ships, pardon me, not more guns. Yeah, I seriously do not know why I would want to go with anything other than cramped or normal crew quarters now. Let's see how the auto build is working. Well, for a light cruiser, I'm not unhappy. Cramped crew quarters, 218 crew. 280, seriously? A fleet of nearly 23 light cruisers. Alright. I suppose the fleet limit isn't too bad. I mean, most of my fleets, if I look at my campaigns in the last few campaigns that I played, most of my fleets that I used didn't have much more than 15 to 20 ships, I think. Let's quickly grab a few cruisers. I know, this is not a serious fleet. There, 40 light cruisers. Start the game. So I suppose the limit isn't too bad. It's not great though. I'm not a fan. So I'm gonna focus one tack on it while quickly speeding along. Well, not quite speeding along, it seems. Whoops. Crew training. Yeah, crew training, go down. That's fine. God. My mouse is being retarded. There, that's better. France started refitting 26 ships. Let's see how quickly this turn goes. Probably fairly slow. Yeah. Turn times have not improved a lot, as you can see. Yet anyway. Luckily for you guys, I could simply pause the recording. Okay, as you can see, improved relations, plus 11, and I've gained prestige. And now I can do it again, if I so desire. The relations with Spain is still bad, but as you can see, I cannot improve relations. What is this? Did they make the game so you cannot just keep spamming this button to prevent a war with a single nation? It would appear so. In that case, let us show off a increase attention event for the next turn. And yoink. Let's continue. And the second turn of this campaign showed that the Germans and Colombia formed an alliance and trade agreement, meaning the Germans can now refit at the coast of Colombia. Refit, I mean resupply, pardon me. They can sell their warships, and these ships can be used during a war. The Italians did the same with Persia. And yeah. Tensions with the Russians have decreased my naval prestige, hurt my relations quite a bit, and created unrest. So, yeah, it's pretty harsh to do that. And look at that! Look at that! We can improve relations with the Spanish again. And, as you can see, Persia and the Italians, well, it's a bit in the flag, isn't it? The green, the white, the red. It's obvious that they're best buddies. And Colombia is an ally of the Germans. Also, Venezuela and Colombia, do you have the same flag? Yeah. Huh, okay. Anyway, let's see if we can get another event. And after this first turn, the turns, fortunately, started to go a bit faster. As you can see, I did not edit this at all. And Chile joined Japan. And yeah, a failed event. The Russians tried to increase tension as well. I guess they were a bit miffled about what we did. However, we ignored them. The Chinese did provoke us, and we failed in increasing relations with the Spanish. -2 naval prestige. Ouch. Let's see. Not much else has happened, of course. One last turn to show off the turn timer. Show it wasn't a complete fluke. Although, it might have been. Come on, game, don't fail me now. Well, it's the shipbuilding. Shipbuilding takes time. It takes a long time even. But eventually it will pull through. There we go. They're all refitting their ships. And there we go. New technology. Flag communications. Denmark and the Austro-Hungarian Empire formed an alliance. Hey, hey! We got the Netherlands. And we increased relations with the Chinese. So, the Dutch. That means that now I can send my warships to the coast of the Netherlands. Let's send a full squadron. And when they arrive here, they can actually resupply. I do not think... Can I move to their port? Wait. No, there is no move button there. I cannot move inside their port, but hopefully here I can resupply. Let's find out, shall we? While I was just hitting the end turn to get my fleet to the Netherlands, I got this event. The Netherlands wishes to build a South Carolina class battleship. And they're paying 1.6 million upfront. And no, that will be plus 25% in advance. Yeah, that's 1.6 million. And the rest after delivery, 12 months, with a profit of 6 million. Yes. Yes, I will build you a battleship. Please. The Utah is being built. I cannot select her. I cannot do anything with her. Well, wait, no, I can select her. Just... yeah. Game was just being retarded there. I can cancel the sale. And if I do that, the ship will become mine. I'm not gonna give the Dutch a battleship called Utah, though. I mean, that's a bit retarded, so I'm giving them the Amsterdam. Fun thing that you can still do that. Also, what? Are you guys seeing this gun? What was that gun doing there? So, this new hull. Let's see how the AI builds it up. A light cruiser gunboat. Oh, it's struggling. I don't think the AI knows how to build a ship like this. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, I do not believe they figured it out. Essentially, it's the same hull as the... Seriously, how many casemates are on this ship? I can add even more. Okay. Yeah, cramped crew quarters, please. Less range. More bulkheads. Even less range. Come on. You know what? 17 knots is fine. 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. That should give me enough room to play around with. Main guns, 5-inch. Look at that. We cannot add main guns. And we cannot select side-mounted guns. Maybe the 7-inch will register? No. Oh, this is a bit of a oopsie, perhaps? I mean, you want to have guns on a gunboat, right? Some parts are badly placed. What parts exactly? Well, the entire ship. Like, wow. What the hell is wrong here? This feels weird. Oh well. As you can see, there are still some things in the designer in the ships that are in need of some polishing for this beta. But overall, I like the new things so far. That said, let's finish this. And yes, we got a military conflict. The Orange Free State, currently occupied by Transvaal, the people of Boa are trying to liberate themselves. And in Congo and Zaire, a problem has arisen as well. And we see the first army losses. Ooh, the Belgium army is taking hits, but so are the Transvaal occupiers of the Boer territories. Let's see. I do not think we have any official war flags around. You know what, let's check in Congo. No. There is a Civil War symbol, though. Well, a risen fist. Either the communists are coming, or a liberation action is underway. Every turn we are getting this screen, as long as there are military conflicts. And you can see the Belgian army is slowly but surely winning. Transvaal's losses are interesting to me, however, yeah, not much can be seen in the area. Right here, if I recall correctly. Right? The Boer countries should be around here, but for the love of me, I cannot see them. One more turn, and I think my fleet should be almost in the Netherlands. I mean, sure, I could have edited this out, but come on. And you can also see that a minor nation Transvaal is back under control. Greece and the Ottoman Empire are fighting now. I suppose they're trying to regain the northern parts of the country. Very cool indeed. Very cool. Where is my fleet? My fleet is for the coast of the Netherlands. And we are on low fuel, essentially with all my ships. Except the battleships. Will they refuel now, or will it only be during wartime? If it's during wartime, it will be annoying. That will limit the use of allies quite a lot. Anyway, as I was saying, look at the amount of ships right now being built for the Netherlands. A large part of my shipyards is currently being used, my shipyard capacity, to build ships, to sell ships for the Netherlands, and I quite like it. This will eventually give me quite a bit of investment. And it gives me a strong ally that will use the same ships I use. And during a war, if I understand the mechanics correctly, I should be able to call upon those ships. I don't think my ships actually resupply here. That is a real shame. Nearest port is Amsterdam, but they're saying supply port too far. That's a real shame. I had hoped to be able to resupply here. Because then a neutral ally would be useful, you know, moving my ships through, for example, the Ottoman Empire over here and getting them in position before declaring a war on a, I don't know, declaring war on India or something, or Persia. Oh, magnify there. Look at that. The Ottoman Empire have a warship. They have a heavy cruiser. So, and look, they got a heavy cruiser here, and they got a light cruiser, torpedo boats. I don't think the Ottomans are aligned with someone, although frankly, if I could, allying the Ottomans would probably be the first thing I would do in this game. But no, it appears not. So it's their own ships. They are building their own ships if they can, and that's pretty cool. Supplemented, of course, by the ships of allies when and if they sell them. Look at that. The Belgians have a large fleet for a minor nation. It almost makes me wish I could play a minor nation as well. Anyway, I'm gonna skip forward a bit until we see a major land conflict with one of the nations before calling this recording to a close. While not quite being able to show what I wanted to show, there is something that I do want to show you. Haha! Borders change. Libya has defeated the remnants of the Ottoman Empire forces and gained full control over Libya. And that means that if all goes well, Libya will next turn be independent. The same thing happened to Egypt. Look at that. Egypt is no longer part of the Ottoman Empire. They fought a war and they liberated themselves, and they are now an independent minor nation. The Greece, by the way, won the battle here and took Rhodes, I believe. In the meanwhile, the Dutch and the Belgians, I took the Benelux, basically, continue ordering battleships. All ships being built here are all for these two nations here. But yeah, it shows the effect that a land war can have. You can lose provinces, new provinces can appear, new nations can appear, and overall this can be a very interesting add-on to the game. There is one thing though, one bug that they really need to fix. Do you guys see the red lines? You know what those red lines are? This is not a coastal defense ship. This is a torpedo boat hidden underneath a coastal defense ship right now. Yeah. Fix it, please. Because right now it's impossible to build ships. Well, especially smaller ships, you just gotta auto-design them and hope for the best. I mean, yeah, this is my torpedo boat. It has a gun. It seems it has two guns even. I suppose it has a torpedo somewhere. I just don't know. I do not know. Yeah, even the picture, the plan picture here is all wrong. As such, unplayable, strangely enough. You can't design your own ships. Well, it is playable, but half the fun is gone. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is my report for the 1.10 beta with Repair Pack 4. It is a update to the game that will bring a lot of changes to the game, both good and bad. It will bring, well, the politics tab will actually become useful now and interesting to see. And when you're planning a war, this might actually be very interesting as well. I'm not just fighting Germany, no, I'm fighting Colombia and Bulgaria as well. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time when we go back to our regular schedule of blowing up ships, with my Japanese or whatever other campaign I have in the pipeline. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more, say no more. Until then, goodbye.
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises, way hey, up she rises early in the morning. Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. Way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises early in the morning.